Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Okay, so did you go through the equations that we were discussing in this chapter? The potential due to point charge and all. What about the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? What is the equation for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? Lately turn the pages. Aditya, what is the equation for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? If the medium of separation between them is air. All of you please switch on your video. Yes, Aditya.
Ma'am, C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D.
Okay, C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. Adul, if an dielectric medium is present between this capacitor, then what is the equation for the capacitance of the capacitor?
Dielectric medium.
If instead of air, if we are consider a dielectrics between the capacitors, then what about the equation for capacitance? C is equal to?
C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D minus T plus T by Q.
Okay, if only the dielectric medium is present, there is no air is present between the medium, then what is the equation for calculating the capacitance?
C is equal to epsilon 0 A K by D.
Yes, C is equal to epsilon 0 A K by D. Okay. All right, Gauri, no issues. So today we can discuss the exercises of the chapter. This is your first question. Two charges, 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb and 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb are located at 16 centimeter apart from each other. At what points on the line joining the two charges is the electric potential 0? Take the potential at infinity to be 0. So the same question you can find in your NCERT textbook, page number 87. The first question. So here we have two charges. What are the two charges here? Q1 and Q2 is given in the question. What are the two charges? 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 and minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8. So we have two charges. 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 and minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8. They are separated by a distance of 16 centimeter. So the total distance of separation between them is 16 centimeter. Okay. At what point on the line joining the two charges is the electric potential is 0? So we want to find out the point. At that point, the electric potential is 0 between these two charges. So we don't know at what point this electric potential is 0. So we can consider a point here. We can consider a point here, P. So we can just imagine at that point P, the electric potential is 0. So suppose the distance from the charge 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 to this point P is x. Suppose the distance of separation from this charge 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 to this point P is can be taken as x. We don't know at what distance from this charge the electric potential is 0. Then what about the remaining distance? From the charge minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 to this point P. The total distance of separation between them is 16 centimeter. And from the charge 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 to the particular point P at which the electric potential is 0, that distance is x. Then what is the distance of separation between the charges? Minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 to this point P.
16
In
minus.
minus.
Yes, very good. It is 16 minus x. 16 minus x centimeter. Okay. Now we can calculate the potential due to this charges. Okay. Suppose the potential due to this charge, we can consider it as Q1 and this is our charge Q2. The potential due to the charge Q1, that is 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 At this point, P can be taken as V1. Similarly, the potential due to the charge Q2, that is minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb, at this point P can be taken as V2. So first we can consider the expression for V1. The V1 is the potential due to the charge. The potential due to charge Q1 at the point P is given by V1. What is the equation for calculating the V1?
Ma'am, can
Yes,
you
Achut.
think V1 is equal to?
V1 is equal to, what is the equation? What is V1? V1 is the potential due to the charge. V1 is the potential due to the charge Q1 at the point P. V1 is the potential due to the charge Q1 at the point P. V1 is the potential due to the charge Q1 at the point P. So now we can calculate the V1. What is the equation for calculating the potential due to a point charge? Recall the equation for calculating the potential due to point charge. V1 is equal to, or V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R, right? This is the equation for calculating the potential due to a point charge. Here this charge is 5 into 10 raised to minus 8. And what is the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0?
9 into 10 raised to.
Yes, 9 into 10 raised to 9. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into, what is the equation for Q? Not equation, what is charge Q? What is charge Q? 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by, what is the distance of separation between these charges? What is the distance of separation between these charges? Yes, it is
X.
X. Okay. So V1 is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by X. Okay. Similarly, what is V2? What is V2? You don't need to solve this equation now. What is V2? V2 is the potential due to the charge Q2 on the point P.
Ma'am, we don't need to simplify this.
No, because it is cancels. That's why. So V1 is equal to, or you can write this like this. That is V1 is equal to 1 by, you can write as it is because it is cancels. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by X. You don't need to substitute the 9 into 10 raised to 9 and all. Okay, if you substitute, no problem. And what is V2? V2 is the potential due to the charge minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 at the point P. What is the expression for calculating the potential V2? Again, the same equation, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R. So we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is Q? Here it is negative 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by, what is the distance of separation between these charges? It is 16 minus x. Here we must put this negative sign because our potential is a scalar quantity. So we can't avoid this negative sign. You must put this negative sign because the potential is a scalar quantity. If it is a vector quantity, we can neglect that negative sign. But here it is a scalar quantity. We must consider this negative sign. Okay. So we get expression for the potential due to the charges Q1 and Q2 at the point P as V1 and V2 respectively. Then what is the net potential? What is the total potential V? V is equal to, what is the total potential? V is equal to V1 plus V2. We can calculate the total potential by V is equal to V1 plus V2. And here in your question, there is a condition. At what point on the line joining the two charges is the electric potential is 0? So here at this point, this total potential is 0. So we can write 0 equal to, what is the equation for V1? V1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by x plus this minus 3 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, it becomes minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 3 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by 16 minus x.
Ma'am, we can take the common.
Ah, yes. So before that, here we get, I will write it once again, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 divided by x minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 3 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by 16 minus x equal to 0. Okay. Now we can take this negative sign, negative term to that next side. So it becomes 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 5 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by x equal to positive 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 3 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by 16 minus x. Here this term is negative in this equation. So we take that term to the other side of the equal to sign, it becomes positive. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 5 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by x equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 3 into 10 raised to negative 8 divided by 16 minus x. Now what happens to this 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? They will be cancels. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 and 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 from both sides cancels each other. Similarly, this 10 raised to negative 8 and 10 raised to negative 8 is also cancelled. Then what is left? Now we have 5 divided by x equal to 3 divided by 16 minus x. 5 by x equal to 3 divided by 16 minus x. Now cross multiply this equation, then it becomes 5 into 16 minus x equal to 3x. 5 into 16 minus x is equal to 3x. Or 5 into 16 minus 5x equal to 3x. Or 5 into 16 equal to 3x. This minus 5x becomes plus 5x. So 5 into 16 is equal to 3x plus 5x. So 5 into 16 is equal to 8x. Then what is x? 5 into 16 is equal to 8x, which implies x equal to 5 into 16 divided by 8. We want to calculate x. So this 16 and 8 is cancels by 2. So x equal to 5 into 2 equal to 10 centimeter. So this is our question. The two charges are separated. The two charges, 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 and minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8, are located 16 centimeter apart from each other. At what point on the line joining the two charges is the electric potential is 0? So we are consider at this point the electric potential is 0. We mark that point as P. And suppose we don't know the distance, so we take it as x. So here we get the x equal to 10 centimeter. So the charge 5 into 10 raised to minus 8 is placed at a distance of 10 centimeter from that point. Then the potential is equal to 0. Then what is this distance then? If x equal to 10, then what about this distance? 16 minus 10. That is 16 minus 10. That is equal to 6. So these are the distance at which the potential is becomes equal to 0. Since x equal to 5 into 2, that is equal to 10 centimeter, then the distance of charges from minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 is separated by 16 minus x. It becomes 16 minus 10, that is equal to 6 centimeter apart from that point. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So in this question, we have two charges, 5 into 10 raised to negative 8 and minus 3 into 10 raised to negative 8. We separate these two charges by a distance of 16 centimeter. And we want to find out a point. And what is the speciality of that point? At that point, the potential, the electric potential is 0. So suppose we are consider this point P. At this point, the electric potential, the total electric potential V is equal to 0. From this charge to this point, the distance is x. Suppose the distance is x, then the remaining distance can be taken as 16 minus x. Then we separately find out the potential due to the individual charges Q1 and Q2 at this point P. And we consider it as V1 and V2. And the total potential is becomes V is equal to V1 plus V2. But here the condition is provided the electric potential is 0. So we take it as V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. And through the necessary arrangement, we get the distance between them. At what distance at which this electric potential is 0, we get x is equal to 10 centimeter. And another distance is 16 minus x, that is equal to 16 minus 10, that is equal to 6 centimeter is the answer. Do you have any doubt, anyone? Yes,
No, ma'am.
Achyut,
And 6
unmute.
centimeters from Q2, right?
6 centimeter from Q2. 6 centimeter from Q2 and 10 centimeter from Q1 because we are take x as the distance from Q1 to the point P. Okay, can we move to the next question?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So this is the next question. A regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. Calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. So here we need to consider a regular hexagon. And since it's regular hexagon, all of its side is equal. It is 10 centimeter. And at the vertices, we are placing a charge of 5 microcoulomb. So first of all, we want to consider a regular hexagon. So draw a regular hexagon. Don't think so. It's a regular hexagon. You just imagine it's a regular hexagon. And each of its side is equal to 10 centimeter. This 10 centimeter. It's also 10 centimeter. Here 10 centimeter and here also 10 centimeter. So a regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge of 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. So at each of its vertices, we are placing a charge of 5 microcoulomb. 5 microcoulomb is equal to 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Okay, so here 5 microcoulomb. Here also we have 5 microcoulomb. Here 5 microcoulomb. Here also. Here also. Okay. calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. So we want to calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. So we want to calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. We know that the potential inside the conductor is a constant and it is equal to the potential on the surface of the conductor, right? So here we want to calculate the potential. So all these distance are 10 centimeter here also, because since it is a regular hexagon. So now we can calculate the potential. What is the equation for calculating the potential due to a point charge? V is equal to,
Is it the
yes,
property of a regular hexagon?
which one?
Like the
Potential is remains constant, right?
no, 10 centimeters from the center.
No, it is not a property. In this question, we are taken it as a 10 centimeter for a regular hexagon. Okay. What is the
Ma'am,
Yes, Achut. Yes.
only the side is given as 10 centimeter, right?
Yes. Since it is a regular hexagon, we are taken all the sides is equal to 10 centimeter. Otherwise, it will be changed.
No, ma'am. So how did we take from the center to the side as 10 centimeter?
From where? From here to here. If it is a regular hexagon, it must be 10 centimeter. Okay. So what is the equation for calculating the potential due to a point charge? V is equal to?
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q.
Very good, dear. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r. This is the potential due to one point charge. But here, how many point charges are there in the case of a regular hexagon?
6.
6. So how we can calculate the potential? 6 times the potential due to the point charges. That is 6 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r. The potential due to one point charge is given by V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r. But since it is a hexagon, we have 6 points are there. So the potential can be calculated by 6 times into potential due to the point charge. That is 6 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r. Now we can substitute the values. V is equal to 6 into, what is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? 9 into 10 raised to 9 into, what is charge here? Charge. Q is equal to 5 microcoulomb. So that is 5 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb divided by R. The distance of separation between them is 10 centimeter. We want to convert it into meter. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Try to solve the equation. It becomes V is equal to 6 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 is here. 9 into 10 raised to 9. I'm going to rub this hexagon. So V is equal to 6 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 5 into 10 raised to negative 4 divided by 10, or V is equal to 6 into 9 into 5 into, I take this 10 to upward, so it becomes 10 raised to negative 5, or V is equal to 6 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 minus 5, 10 raised to minus 4, not minus 4, plus 4. 10 raised to 4 into 5, or V is equal to 30 into, what is the final answer?
70 into 10 raised to 4.
Yes, 9 into 3, 27. So, but it is 30 into 9. So we have 270 into 10 raised to 4, right? What is the unit of potential? 270 into 10 raised to 4.
Coulomb per meter.
Potential. Volt. Enough. Oh, C is equal to QV. From that equation, you are writing it Coulomb per meter, right? From where you get
Yes,
Coulomb?
ma'am.
Okay, okay. So you only need to write volt, potential, since it is potential. Calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. So V is equal to 270 into 10 raised to 4 volt. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about others? All are there? All right. Can we move to the next question, students? Okay. Next is question 2.4. 2.3 is not a numerical question. That's why I'm avoiding it. 2.4. A spherical conductor of radius 12 centimeter has a charge of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb distributed uniformly on its surface. What is the electric field? 3 sub-questions are there. What is the electric field inside the sphere, just outside the sphere, and at a point 18 centimeter from the center of the sphere? So here we need to consider a spherical conductor. And the radius is given as 12 centimeter. And what is the charge of the spherical conductor? The charge is given as Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 7 coulomb. And the radius R is 12 centimeter. That is equal to 12 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. And what is our question? What is the electric field inside the sphere? What is the electric field inside the sphere? E. Anyone? What is the electric field inside a conductor? Ah, yes, Gauri, say it louder. Yes, it is 0.
Zero.
The electric field E inside a conductor is 0. Okay, you don't need to substitute any values and find calculations. So for the first sub question, the answer is E is equal to 0. We are already studied that the electric field inside a conductor is always equal to 0. The electric field inside the sphere is equal to 0. Inside the sphere is equal to 0. Now we want to calculate what is the electric field just outside the sphere. What is the electric field just outside the sphere? Question number 2. What is the equation for calculating the electric field? E is equal to? Yes. Equation for calculating the electric field. E is equal to? Anyone? Ah, yes. All of them are smiling. Vidur, what is the equation for calculating the electric field?
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by
Ah.
square.
Very good. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r square. So here we have all the values. Just substitute it. So E is equal to, instead of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, we can write 9 into 10 raised to 9 into, here the charge Q is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by R square. So it becomes 12 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. So it becomes E is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 7 divided by, what is 12 square, Michael?
144.
144, very good. 144 into 10 raised to minus 2 square, that is 10 raised to minus 4. So we can cancel this. So it becomes equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 144. We can cut this 9 and 144 and also this 9 and 3. It becomes E is equal to 9 is cut by 144 by 16. So it becomes 1.6 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 16, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So E is equal to 0.1 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per Coulomb.
Can we write as 1 into 10 raised to 5?
Ah, yes, of course. That is equal to 10 raised to 5. 0.1 into 10 raised to 6, we can convert it into 10 raised to 5. Unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb. So the electric field is get us 10 raised to 5 into Newton per Coulomb. Is it clear? We have one more sub question. So the third sub question, at a point of, what is the electric field at a point 18 centimeter from the center of a sphere? So initially the radius of the sphere is given as 12 centimeter. Now this radius is changes into 18 centimeter. Can I rub this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for third sub question, we have the charge is the same. Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 7 Coulomb. And the distance of separation or the radius is 18 centimeter now. The 12 centimeter is changes into 18 centimeter. That is equal to 18 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So what is the equation for electric field? Then what happens to the electric field at a point of 18 centimeter from the center of the sphere? Is equal to the same equation, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R square. That is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. The charge given is 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 7 divided by 18 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. That is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 7. What is 18 square? Eighteen.
324.
324. 324 into 10 raised to negative 4. So it becomes E is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 1.6 into 10 raised to negative 3 divided by 324. Again, we can cut this 9 and 324. It becomes 36. Or is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 36. Finally, we get is equal to 0.044444 like that. 0.044 into 10 raised to 6. Or we can write E is equal to, we can just shift the point to here. So it becomes 4.4 into 10 raised to 4. What is the unit of electric field?
Newton per coulomb.
Newton per coulomb. Okay. Is it clear? Any mistake? No. Can we move to the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next question is this. A parallel plate capacitor with air between the plate has a capacitance of 8 picofarad. What will be the capacitance? And they will give the conversion of picofarad to farad. That is 8 picofarad. 1 picofarad is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 farad. So your question is this. What will be the capacitance if the distance between the plate is reduced by half and the space between them is filled with a substance of dielectric constant of 6? So we can consider a parallel plate capacitor. This parallel plate capacitor is separated by air. It is separated by air. So air is the medium of separation between this parallel plate capacitor. And what is the capacitance in this case? The parallel plate capacitor is separated by the medium air. What is the capacitance? C is equal to, what is the equation for calculating the capacitance if these two parallel plate capacitor is separated by the medium of air? How we can calculate the capacitance?
C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D.
Yes, C is equal to epsilon 0 A divided by D. Okay. So here, initially a parallel plate capacitor with the air between the plate has a capacitance of 8 picofarad. It is given. That is, if the parallel plate capacitor is separated by a medium of air, the capacitance is provided here. That is equal to 8 picofarad. That is equal to 8 picofarad. And what is the question? What will be the capacitance if the distance between the plate is reduced by half? Okay, so if it is separated by a distance of D initially, now in this question, what happens if the distance is reduced by half, that is D by 2? So now the arrangement is becomes like this. Its distance between the capacitors is reduced to half. So now the distance between them is D by 2. Okay. And the space between them is filled with a substance of dielectric. So instead of air, the space between them is completely filled with a dielectric constant of 6. So what is the equation for calculating the capacitance in this case? Yes,
It is completely filled with dielectric or only a small part.
it is completely filled with the dielectric because the space between them is filled with a substance of dielectric. So it is completely filled with the dielectric. Then what is the equation for calculating the capacitance? So the initial conditions are changed. Here the distance of separation between the capacitance is reduced to d/2. And also the medium of separation between them is now present as dielectric. Then what is the equation for calculating the capacitance? Yes, Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the equation for calculating the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor if the medium of separation between them is a dielectric? Yes, SK. Yes.
I is equal to
P is equal to capacitance, equation for capacitance. If the medium of separation between the parallel plate capacitor is dielectric. Nandana. I can hear. Gayatri, the same question. All of you, please switch on your video. I think it is better to call Adul. What is the equation for calculating the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor if the medium of separation between them is dielectric?
C is equal to epsilon 0 A K by D.
Yes, very good. C is equal to epsilon 0 K A divided by D. C equal to epsilon 0 K A divided by D. But here the distance is reduced to half. So our equation become C is equal to epsilon 0 K A divided by D by 2, because here the distance of this parallel plate capacitor is reduced to half. So C is equal to epsilon 0 Ka divided by D by 2. Actually, the equation for calculating the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, if it is filled with a dielectric, the equation is C is equal to epsilon 0 Ka by D. But here in this question, the distance is reduced by half. So the equation is changed into C is equal to epsilon 0 Ka divided by D by 2. So it becomes C is equal to 2 epsilon 0 Ka divided by D. We can take this 2 to the numerator. Take the reciprocal. So it becomes C is equal to epsilon 0 Ka divided by D. And here we can just rearrange this equation. We have C is equal to 2K into epsilon 0 A by D. We can just rearrange the same equation in this form. We just arrange the terms. So 2K epsilon 0 A divided by D. Now, what is epsilon 0 A by D? What is this term represents? Epsilon 0 A by D. It is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor if the medium of separation between them is air, and its value is given here. What is that? Epsilon 0 A by D.
8 microfarad.
Yes, it is 8 microfarad. And what is K in this equation represent? What is K? What is K? Gauri?
Dielectric constant.
Yes, K is the dielectric constant, and did its value is given in the question?
6.
Yes, its value is given as 6. So we can just directly substitute all these values. So we have C is equal to 2 into K is the dielectric constant and it is given in this question. So it is filled between them is the dielectric substance with a constant of 6. So the value of K is equal to 6. So 2 into 6 into epsilon 0 A by D. Its value is initially provided, that is as 8 picofarad. 8 picofarad. So it becomes, what is the value? 12 into 8 picofarad. That is equal to 96, right? 12 into 8. Yes. 96 picofarad. Or you can convert it into farad. That is equal to 96 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad. Clear? So we are starting from a parallel plate capacitor that is separated by a medium of air. Then the equation for calculating it, C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D is given as 8 picofarad. And then we change this distance of separation between the parallel plate capacitor. The distance is reduced to half and the medium of separation between them is dielectric. So the equation for calculating the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor is given by C is equal to 2 epsilon 0 Ka divided by D. But in this question, the distance is reduced by 2. So the capacitance becomes C is equal to 2K into epsilon 0 A divided by D by 2. Not 2. Epsilon 0 Ka divided by D by 2. Okay. Then when we are just rearranging the equation, we get C is equal to 2K into epsilon 0 A divided by D, where K is the dielectric constant. Its value is provided in the question as 6. And epsilon 0 A by D is nothing. It is 8 picofarad. It is also given in the question. So it becomes 2 into 6 into 8 picofarad. That is equal to 96 picofarad. 1 picofarad is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 farad. So we just convert it into farad. That is 96 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad. Clear? Do you have any doubt? Can we move to the next problem? Okay. We can do one more problem. After that, we can wind up. So here, the next question, we have 3 capacitors connected in series, have a capacitance of 9 picofarad each. You have 2 sub-questions. What is the total capacitance of the combination? And what is the potential difference across each capacitor if the combination is connected to a 120 volt supply? So here we have 3 capacitors are there, and these 3 capacitors are connected in series combination. So first of all, we can consider 3 capacitors. They are connected in a series combination. What is the value of capacitance? 9 picofarad. Each of the capacitor is possess capacitance of 9 picofarad. Here also 9 picofarad. Okay. So this is C1, C2, C3. 3 capacitors are there connected in series combination. Each of the capacitors possess a capacitance of 9 picofarad. What is our first question? What is the total capacitance of the combination? In a series combination, how we can calculate the total capacitance? What is the equation for calculating the effective capacitance in a series combination? Aditya.
Ma'am, 1 by C is equal to
Very good.
1
1
by
by
C1
CC.
plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3.
Yes, 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Okay, now we can substitute all these values. So it becomes 1 by C is equal to 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9.
Ma'am,
Yes.
we can use that C by N, right?
Yes, of course. We can write if there is n number of capacitance, we can use the C by N. That formula is also no problem. So here 1 by C is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3 by 9. So 1 by C is equal to 3 by 9. We want the effective capacitance. If 1 by C is equal to 3 by 9, which implies C is equal to 9 divided by 3. What is C then? 9 by 3 equal to
3.
3. 3 picofarad. So the first question is over. What is the total capacitance of the combination? C equal to 3 picofarad. Now the second sub question. What is the potential difference across each capacitor if the combination is connected to a 120 volt supply? So here we have the three capacitors. They are connected in series combination. Now the second question is says that these capacitors are connected to a voltage of or potential of 120 volt supply. So it is connected to a voltage source of 120. What is the characteristics of a series combination of resistance here? Which parameter is constant? Which physical quantity is constant here? In a series combination, what is constant?
Charge.
Yes, very good. The charge is remains constant. Q remains constant. And what is the equation for calculating the charge? We want to calculate the charge. What is the equation for calculating the charge? Q is equal to, yes, Gayatri, what is the equation for calculating the charge? Q is equal to, equation connecting the charge and capacitance and potential.
C by V.
Q is equal to C by V or CV?
CV.
Okay. Q is equal to CV. Q is equal to CV. So using this equation, we can calculate the charge. What is the value of capacitance in this combination? What is the value of capacitance? Yes. Effective capacitance of series combination. That is what is we are calculating now. The first sub
3
question.
picofarad.
3. It is 3 picofarad. 3 into what is the voltage applied here? It is 120. So what is the charge Q? What is the charge Q? We can
360 picofarad.
yes. 360 picofarad. 360 picofarad. Or we can write 360 into 10 raised to negative 12 farad. We can convert it into farad. 360 into 10 raised to negative 12 minus 12 farad. But that is not our question. Our question is this. What is the potential difference across each capacitor? We want to calculate the potential difference across C1. Can be taken as V1. Potential difference across C2 as V2. Potential difference across C3 as V3. Okay. So what is the equation for calculating the potential difference? Q is equal to CV, which implies V is equal to Q divided by C. So we can calculate V1 is equal to Q by C1. Here charge is a constant. This is actually a homework for you. You want to calculate the potential through these resistors C1, C2, C3. So V1 is equal to Q by C1. V2 is equal to Q by C2. And V3 is equal to Q by C3. Okay. So For the next class, you must calculate the potential through each resistors. This is a homework. Complete it and come. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we wind up the today's class? I know all of you are feeling hungry, right? Anyway, I feel hungry. Okay. So can we wind up the today's class? All right. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.